Woo, child. Y'all keep sending them to me, and I'm gonna read them. So here goes. Am I the asshole for kicking my brother's ass at Thanksgiving dinner? Hi, Auntie. I'm 34 male and married to 31 female, and we have been married for 5 years. She and I have a wonderful relationship, or so I thought. Now, normally I don't celebrate Thanksgiving in any form because of the history behind the holiday. But this Thanksgiving, my wife and I accepted an invitation sent out by my auntie to all have dinner together as a family. My younger brother, 31 male, will be calling him Sam, and his wife was also in attendance. I can honestly say that there was some awkward energy the second I told my wife that we were invited to Auntie Pammy's house about a week prior to the holiday, and that awkwardness grew. When we were on our way to Auntie Pammy's house, my wife sat silent in the car, and all I heard was ringing in my ear the whole time, the whole way there. I shrugged it off, thinking I was tripping. We get to Auntie Pammy's house, and the house is full of folks. A bunch of my family members even flew in that I had not seen in a minute. My wife sat down on the couch and pulled out her phone and started texting. The ringing in my ears came back. Auntie, I was so caught up in the moment that I shrugged it off and started making my rounds, kissing my elders, greeting my kinfolks. About 15, 20 minutes later, I noticed that my wife was not sitting on the couch, but was gone. I didn't think nothing of it. Oh, wait, I lost my place. Hold on, y'all. I didn't think nothing of that either. I figured she went to the bathroom or to make a plate. Well, I was only half right. About a half hour later, I heard screaming from the back part of the house. It was my Uncle Bobby. He had walked into one of the bedrooms to lay down to take a nap. And when we heard the scream, a few folks ran to that part of the house, thinking that it was my Uncle Bobby, thinking that my Uncle Bobby, he's an elder, was hurt or had fallen, but that wasn't the case. Uncle Bobby walked right the fuck in on my brother, deep inside my wife, up against the wall. Not only did Uncle Bobby catch her, but when he screamed, that alerted a bunch of family to run that direction and caught him pulling out and them pulling up their clothing. I don't remember what had happened next, but I went into the room. I smelled what I smelled and saw the look on my wife's face and my brother's face, and the ringing got extremely loud. I rushed my brother and beat his motherfucking ass. Two of my cousins tried to break it up, but I was able to stomp out my brother prior to them pulling me off him. I left. My wife was running after me, but I got in the car and drove fast as fuck. I could honestly remember how I got home, but the next thing I know, I was sitting in my car in my driveway. I went inside, packed up my work laptop and a bag, and now I'm staying at my cousin's house until I can get my mind right. My wife have no clue where I am because I turned off my location on my cell. Please, Auntie, can you tell me if I overreacted? What should I do? I do my protection work and I feed my ancestors, and I just want to be in good alignment and to do what's right. Baby, y'all, I swear, some of y'all married people make me happy I don't have a husband and have cats instead because, okay, so let's start from the beginning. You want to know if you an asshole for kicking your brother's ass at the family dinner. Okay, you were married. You've been married to your wife for 5 years. You thought y'all had a cool relationship, but the second your Aunt Pammy gave you that invitation, you started hearing a ringing in your ears. Do you realize what that is now? If you don't, baby, I'm gonna tell you. That means you were being warned that some shit was awry. Some stuff was funky around you. That ringing in your ear was an alert. Like, you need to look around and scan your surroundings because some shit is not smelling right. Okay. So your wife, you noticed that the energy shifted when you told her about the family gathering with your wife. And you shrugged it off thinking you was tripping. Big mistake. Baby, anytime spirit warn you about some shit that's going on around you that ain't right, you need to take heed and pay attention, hunty. That's the reason why, that, like what you said in the end of your letter, is that you've been feeding your ancestors and doing your protection work, and that was them protecting and alerting you. Okay. So awkwardness. Let's see, you saw your elders, you kissing all the folks, you giving greetings to your family and stuff, and you noticed your wife was gone. Well, the elder needed to take a nap and went into one of the random bedrooms and caught your brother balls deep inside your wife. And you want to know, by you beating the holy hell out of him, were you wrong? I personally don't believe that you were wrong. I understand that you were probably acting on, what did they call it? Autopilot, where this wasn't premeditated. You just snapped, and the thought of you smelling what you smelled. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. You smelled the pheromone sex and the scrambling of the gutterage, and you rushed your brother and stomped his ass out. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh, you're wrong, and blood is thicker than water. I hate it when people say that shit, because first of all, they're quoting the quote wrong. The whole full quote, y'all have heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again. The whole full quote is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. But people like to just take snippets and say blood is thicker than water. What does that mean? Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. That means that your chosen family's bond is much more stronger than the bond you have with people who share your DNA. And in this case, that proverb rings true, because your own brother went balls deep in your wife. That's not some shit I could ever do. And oh my gosh. Okay. I can't tell you exactly what you should do. I can honestly believe, in my opinion, that you were absolutely 100% not wrong for whooping your brother's ass. I understand you being mad, but at least you're not one of those people that's mad at your brother and not mad at your wife. The fact that you left to collect your mind was a smart move, because the last thing you need to do is snap and choke her ass out. Bottom line is they were both consenting adults, and they made a conscious choice. He wasn't raping her, and she wasn't raping him. So with that being said, you would not be wrong for whooping his ass, and you would not be wrong for leaving that situation. Now, let me go back to the first paragraph of your letter. You said that the second your Aunt Pammy gave you the invitation, you noticed the awkwardness of your wife, and it grew. That's because her and your brother had been messing around, or either that wasn't the first time he was inside her, or they had been cultivating and talking and shit. They was in the talkings. They was doing something inappropriate. They were, period. Because a simple dinner invitation wouldn't shift the energy of your house. You know what I mean? It shifted the energy because her ass was guilty on a few fronts. She could have been guilty, because affairs, a lot of y'all don't understand that affairs don't start in the bedroom. They start with conversations and text messages and DM sliding. You feel me? So that was going on before you went to this family. That's why your wife's energy shifted and spirit alerted you that some shit wasn't right. Okay. She sat her little funky ass on the couch and started texting, because she was hitting up Brother Boo Thang. I promise you, if you go through her phone, or if you pull up the text messages on the website, the T-Mobile, Verizon, whatever the case may be, you'll see that this shit had been brewing. This shit, and you were being warned during the duration of it. Okay. And then the elder caught him. Your cousins probably did the right thing by saving you some time in custody, because with the anger that you expressed, talking about you don't remember how you drove home, you were straight acting on adrenaline. You probably could have killed your brother. But I'm just going to tell you what I would do. Anytime people ask me my opinion about something, I tell you what I would do. There's no way in hell I would be able to trust Miss Funky. I would not. I'm sorry. There's no way. If that bitch told me the sky is blue, I wouldn't believe it. And how can you be in a whole ass marriage with somebody you simply don't trust? And I also would cut my brother off, because both of them are foul as fuck. Both of them are living foul. Like literally, they need to stand on your left, because neither one of them hoes is right for what they did. The right thing would have been to do, if Brother Boy hit up your wife in her DM, she should have immediately screenshotted that shit and sent it to you. And then y'all game plan together how y'all would deal with Brother Boo Thang. And if the shoe was on the other motherfucking foot, little Miss Funky ass, if Brother Boothang slid into her DM or text or winked or whatever the fuck may be, she should have screenshotted that shit and sent it to you. And then you and her could have game planned together on how to deal with it. Either way, you should have been alerted on who did what to when and why and where and what the fuck. But you weren't. They let that shit brew and brew and brew until he slipped and fall on a banana peel with her legs just so happened to be wide open, and he dug deep inside her gutterage. Which makes you, and I know you're humiliated because I would be, making you look like a whole ass fool in front of your entire family, including extended people who flew in to witness this hot tea being spilled. How humiliating is that? I don't know what state you're coming from, but I highly recommend you seek a divorce attorney and find out what your options are. I wouldn't want to hear no excuses. There's nothing she can say or he can say. And as petty as I am, any family members that still fucked with my brother, I wouldn't fuck with them either. Like legit, for real. Like I understand being if I found out that one of my family members did that to another family member and the shit don't have nothing to do with me, I would X them out of my life. Like, you are a scandalous ass bitch. I would completely cut them off. Because loyalty is loyalty. And if that person would do that to their own brother, and that dumbass bitch would do that, his stupid funky ass do that to his own brother, and her funky ass do it to her own husband, they don't know the meaning of loyalty. And I don't need that type of energy around me. You were warned. You were alerted. And it was revealed because of the protection work you did. I hope you heal. I hope that you take some time, maybe even get some therapy if you need it. Take some space from every goddamn body. It sucks that this had to happen throughout the holiday season because, I mean, you say you don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I personally don't celebrate any European holidays that are dripped in blood. You know, I just can't sit up and have a whole ass meal dedicated to the slaughter of Native Americans. And like, I just can't do that. I'm not, that's really, if you really look at, side note, the history of Thanksgiving and how it came about, on how the native population welcomed the Europeans, helped them survive the winter, fed them, and then right after that meal, they slit their throats and enslaved about 15 to 20 of them and took them back to Europe. And the rape of Pocahontas, who was a 9-year-old girl. Like, if you really, like, I'm a history buff. I'm not finna sit and eat no meal in honor of that shit. Some people do. I'm not judging, but that ain't me. But anyway, back to this. You need to get the fuck away from him and her, if it was my opinion. I don't think that your ancestors would be mad if you divorced her at all. I think that your ancestors warned you that that bitch was living foul and warned you that your brother wasn't right. They were warning you. So if spirit ever warned you about somebody not being right, that is your indication you need to get that person out of proximity of your energy. I'm sorry. And I hope that my advice helped. My condolences. Damn. The betrayal of it all. Whew, ciao. Okay, you guys have a good day. I am the African Witch Bitch Voodoo practitioner, Ashe. And if you have a Am I the Asshole story and you want to hear my opinion, my 3 cents, my 2 cents, whatever, please feel free to email it in the description box below. My email's in the description box below. In the market to purchase low-cost hoodoo supplies, please hit up my website. Thank you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Ashe. Damn, bitch, you scam.